Representative Legman, Representative Chen, Representative McGarry, Representative Amin, Representative Rooker, Representative Macedonia, Representative Christofferson, Representative Sarda, Representative Lee, Representative Tingley, Representative Rangaswamy, Representative Liu, Representative Cyan, Representative Huang, Representative Thompson, Representative Representative Srikanth, Representative Feaster, Representative McHenry, Representative Lambert, Representative Komeyer, Representative Heck, Representative Giannini, Representative Tran, Representative Toomey, Representative Shaw,
President voting.
Representative Sabe,
President voting.
Representative Beckman, Representative Huffman, Representative Ha, Representative Cunningham, Representative Brown Graves. Give me a second, the Google Doc's not working. Director Dooner, Treasurer Ridgway, Treasurer Payne, Speaker McKee,
Present.
Vice President Brown,
President voting.
Vice President Gallo,
President voting.
Vice President Fitch,
President voting.
Vice President Williams, Vice President Vaughn,
President voting.
President Hale.
Okay, if you'd please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Disney-themed GA. This would be a good time to remind everyone that these are indeed filmed and available on the internet afterward. So if you need to demonstrate to people how serious I can be at certain times, this would be a wonderful meeting to show them. So to kick off the evening, we do have a guest speaker here, Vice President Brown.
Hi, GA. So I'm going to introduce Lev Gonik. He is the Vice President of Information Technology Services, as well as the Chief Information Officer of Case Western Reserve, and he's come today to speak with us on the future of technology at Case Western. So if you could give him a warm welcome.
Thanks very much. Good to be here, and again, want to make sure that everyone involved in the life of the students here at the university are aware of my availability to meet with not only your official designated Vice President for Information Technology, but through him, any elected official, in fact, indeed, any student here at the university. I've had the pleasure of working with any number of you in other capacities over the last couple of years. I want to take 5 or 6 minutes and share with you some new directions, some headaches that we have this fall, and then get some feedback. And if I don't have answers, I've got notebooks, and I'll take questions and be sure to get back through Vice President Brown to make sure that you have answers to the questions that you might have posed. So we can go to the next slide. I'd like to share with you some new services that are currently available, and in fact, at Case Western Reserve University, perhaps one of just a handful of universities in the country, indeed anywhere around the world, where students, along with the faculty and staff of the university, have access to telepresence services as essentially an entitlement. You have a right to use telepresence, which connects you at next generation high definition video conferencing to locations all across the United States, around the continent, and indeed all around the world. We've had sessions with students in Hong Kong and in Sao Paulo and in Ramallah and in London, Lisbon, and yes, right here in Cleveland, just telepresence across the way, across the facilities. In fact, today we had a couple of telepresence sessions that involved our facilities over at Tomlinson, at Nord, and then actually to Athens and to Tel Aviv together. So students have access to it, and it's relatively easy to coordinate opportunities to explore. We have some smaller facilities that we're also working on, which you can gain access to if the larger facilities are not available. And indeed, with some software tools, the truth is you can do the telepresence exchange efforts directly from your computers. Next, please. There are a whole bunch of different solutions that we think actually make sense for students to take a look at. The idea of study groups, not only here on campus, but with peers elsewhere around the world on topics. Those can also include capstone projects and other things that you might be working on together. A chance to really take it up a notch, well beyond Skype, well beyond all kinds of, as you will, ad hoc, to really drive quality experiences. Committee activities, including your own, are certainly possible. Also, obviously, collaboration with your peers and other faculty experts around the world, and obviously a chance to take it a bit further up the food chain in terms of the quality of experience. So if you're interested in high definition, almost uncompressed HD video conferencing, please take a look at ITS/video conference, and you'll figure out how to take advantage of it. So that's one new service that I wanted to make sure that you knew about. Next slide, please. We also have the nation's first active collaboration room over in the Kelvin Smith Library. And it's an experiment and how to actually use telepresence and smartboard technology together to support and facilitate collaboration with, again, colleagues anywhere around the world. This is a project that we've done with Cisco Systems, a small little technology company based in San Jose. This is their first installation. In fact, there'll be a case study about the Case Western Reserve University project, which we launched last spring with Calvin Smith. This has involved students actively engaged in collaborations with one another as far away as Hong Kong and Bangladesh, and as close as San Jose and Cincinnati, where there have been collaborations with industry partners along the way. We held a fabulous exchange with colleagues in Australia who didn't have a ACR and an active collaboration room. They came all the way to Cleveland, 15 of them, to actually see the ACR, and now, in fact, week after next, they'll be sharing with us from the Gold Coast of Australia their implementation of ACR, and we'll be doing an ACR together. So that's something you guys can check out. All right, now to some of the Tylenol 3 headaches that we've had this fall. I want to acknowledge out of the starting gates that we've been slammed with wireless challenges this fall. I wanted to let you know what we've been doing. We've been spending a big chunk of change. That number is millions of dollars to actually completely revamp all of the wireless access points across the campus. We've gone from an assumption that our wireless network would support 2,000 simultaneous wireless sessions, that is to say concurrent, to requiring every day of this first month of semester. We've in reality had over 8,000 concurrent users between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. across the network. So we're in triage mode. This is some of the effort that has gone into play here. In fact, during fall break, we are actively engaged in trying to, in a non-disruptive way, attend especially to the village right now. Next slide. Here's some of the work that we've actually been doing, a bit of a deeper dive. Again, the surveys that were conducted were based on basically the assumption that each student would have one wireless Wi-Fi enabled device, it turns out that actually our survey shows that on average students have 3. Concurrent, which is to say that they have their, oftentimes they will have a iPad, an iOS Wi-Fi enabled phone, and maybe a notebook open all at once, and that sort of requires us to significantly shift our assumptions. And we've done a complete survey, especially of the student residence life, which we did in the spring, but we've had to completely redo it this fall. Next. Obviously, what we learned, first of all, Clark came up at the last moment actually as a residence hall, so we threw everything we had at it to make sure that when students came back, we were at work there. Of course, 115 has turned out to be a real big challenge for us this fall, and we're also throwing additional wireless access points at the facilities that you see noted here as quickly as we possibly can. Next slide. Keep telling us about the challenges that you and your colleagues and friends have across the university. We log every single call to 368 HELP, every email, every chat. This is critically important, especially if you're in a place where indeed, you're in a corner of a res hall, or you're in a corner of Starbucks, or in Fribley, or somewhere where we may not be actually catching this in our surveys because the corners is typically where, or under the stairwells. These are places that, sure enough, we eventually get to, but we prefer to get to them sooner than later. Again, there are a couple things to be telling your friends and colleagues about. One is that we dedicate 10 times the bandwidth on the CASE wireless network as we do on CASE Guest. 10 times the bandwidth. And again, for everyone who's an engineer or who's perhaps read about this, you know that wireless in general is a shared network. In other words, we don't actually give you dedicated access. You're actually sharing the pipe, whatever the pipe is that we dedicate. So when we say that we're giving 10 times more bandwidth to the CASE wireless environment, that's a good thing because you're sharing more of a superhighway than you are a bicycle lane when it comes to your experience. And of course, we've also had a lot of students, especially freshmen, step in and say that they are actually trying to download Creative Suite 5 over wireless, and they're kind of concerned about why it is that 6 DVDs worth of software are getting hung up in the wireless network. And so we would ask you to tell your friends, and especially students who may not have clued in, that 6 DVDs worth of software over wireless is probably going to take a while to actually use the wired network, which continues to deliver at gigabit speeds. So the last thing I wanted to share with you before perhaps having a couple of minutes just to quickly field questions and or comments is that Google Day is coming on November the 1st. I'm not actually sure that it's a Friday when I think about it, but it is 9 to 5. The folks from Google are coming in here, and we're going to be talking about Google Apps for education. There'll be demonstrations, presentations. If you yourselves are using Google Apps in interesting ways, let us know, because we'd love to highlight your use of Google to Google itself, as well as to the rest of the university community. So keep an eye open for the announcement for November 1. Thanks for a chance just to say hi, to let you know who I am, and to let you know something of the services that we're involved in. My Twitter handle is just @LevGonic. I'm a regular in that environment, so if you've got any issues, questions, concerns, feel free to let me know. If there are any open issues, very briefly, you want me to take note of, I'm happy to do so, and be sure to get back to Andrew. Please.
The area right outside of, I believe it's Denny's, I'm always noticing a very wireless connection.
Outside?
Just outside of Denny's, I'm noticing a very weak wireless connection. I don't know if that can be fixed, but it's just like that.
Yeah, the diner is an interesting case in point. Your access is from Denny's inside, so please.
I know with all this wireless stuff, I'm guessing some other projects have probably had to go on hold, but do you have any updates on the distributed antenna system?
DAS is a strategy for actually making your wireless handheld device, that is to say your 3G, 4G network experience, better on campus as well. We have an active engagement with a third-party provider. We've signed a contract with them to actually build us the antenna and to actually then try to get, I guess Sprint has new owners, but Sprint, AT&T, Verizon, to actually put up infrastructure on that tower. We haven't actually moved it to the back burner, but Bob Sopka, who owns the project, shared with me just yesterday that they're actively pursuing all the contracts to build that actual tower infrastructure. It's still going to be a ways out. Don't hold your breath. Please.
Is there any move by ITS to homogenize the printing services across campus and not just in public access points such as Wade or Fribley Commons or things like that, but including areas like the various schools where students of those schools have printing access?
Yeah, the answer is no, we're not. And if you'd like us to explore that, you can certainly let us know what role we can play in there. We actually have no oversight currently. Maybe we should, but we currently have no oversight on any printing facilities anywhere on the campus. And maybe that is a chance for coordinated activity. You can let Andrew know, and he actually sits on our university-wide governance committee for IT, and he can certainly let us all know what we can do to help you guys out there.
We have time for one more question if there is one.
Comment.
So you mentioned the telepresence rooms, the active collaboration room in KSL, and that's really exciting. How, as a student, if I wanted to use one of those spaces, would I go about?
Yep, if you go to the webpage, you can actually directly book time and space. We actually have a technician. You probably know Dirk. He's available to actually coordinate with the other endpoint. So today we were talking to Eaton Corporation about a collaboration that they want to do in India over telepresence. Dirk is there to coordinate that. He lives on our bridge. We have a bridge that people from around the world can dial into. And I mean, again, I invite you to give it a try. It's 10 digits dialing. That's all you're doing. You're just dialing, and believe it or not, it's a 216 number. So anywhere around the world, you're just dialing with an E134 dialing plan, which is how the whole world deals with basically dialing plans. You just dial a 216 number, and if you've got the right equipment at the other end, you'll be connected via telepresence. So yeah, give it a whirl under video conference at ITS. Again, please, anytime any student has any issue, feel free to obviously call 368-HELP, but if you want to just send me a tweet real quickly, I'll get it to the right person, or again, working through Andrew, make sure that your voices are heard. I very much appreciate the opportunity to come speak with you this evening. I hope that you'll feel free to call on us and all of our organization to make sure that you and your student colleagues have an outstanding experience using technology, and thanks for the opportunity again.
Thanks for coming, Lev. Okay, up next we have Representative Rana Goswami for a Pizza Olympics update.
Cool. So, Pizza Olympics. If you don't know what Pizza Olympics is, you're about to find out. It's a super fun event where we get a whole bunch of pizza vendors to come to Case, and they bring a bunch of pizza. It's free. You get to eat a bunch of pizza. You get to rate it. And this year, it's changed a little bit. It's going to be a little more fun. So I'm just going to read a bit of an update, and I'm also going to be passing out a sign-up sheet. But let me go through my quick little spiel, and then we will get cracking. All right. So we've actually built upon the successes that Taryn has achieved last year, and we've completely created a new business model, a new business plan. In order to execute this event, however, we kind of need all of you. Pizza Olympics really can't run without its volunteers. We need you guys to sign up to either set up for day of general assistance, or finally, specific vendor gift card distribution. The sign-up sheet has those three sections. The setup and the other sections are pretty self-explanatory, but let me explain the pizza vendors section that you can sign up for. If you sign up to help with a specific pizza vendor, you actually are going to get to keep $10 worth of gift cards from that vendor. You will also receive about $100 worth of gift cards on top of that to distribute to other students, and you'll be interviewing those other students and be distributing these gift cards. These gift cards are actually courtesy of USG, so say a huge thank you to USG for that. And So you are practically, in a way, getting paid to help interview. Not really. Getting gift cards in order to help interview and get these other students all the gift cards that we have. That's the gist of it. So I'm going to pass around the sign-up sheet. I think, did exec make this mandatory? Is that correct? Yes? No? Exec?
Not at
Not
this
at
time.
all. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if it's mandatory or not, but all of you should do it anyway because it's awesome. Yeah. Yes, a little bit. Sure. Okay. Someone told me that, I might have misheard. But the interviews, how they're going to work is you would go up to people, attendees at the event. You'd be like, hey, I saw you picked up a slice of Pizza Bogo. I'm the Pizza Bogo rep. So I'm curious, what do you think about the pizza? So what exactly tasted good about it? Was it the cheese? Was it the sauce? Oh, okay. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, well, that's good to know. Thank you so much. It seems like you like Pizza Bogo. Is that an accurate assessment? Hey, guess what I got for you? Here's a gift card. Go crazy. That's it. Very simple, very quick. Okay. We're doing interviews to gather more feedback for the vendors and also to provide vendors more value. And on top of that, students are getting free gift cards, so I'm not complaining, in my opinion. But so that's that. So we've got the 3 signups on here, this sheet. You can either sign up to set up on Tuesday night, November 6th, from 6:30 to 8:30. The event is on a Wednesday, November 7th. So you can do vendor interviewing from 11:15 to 1:15 on Wednesday, November 7th. Or you can do other things Wednesday, November 7th. All of you should sign up. I have a feeling the vendor interviewing is going to fill up fast just because, well, you get gift cards for doing that one. But regardless, even if you volunteer, I'll try to help you out and try to get you a gift card because I think you deserve it. The gift cards are going to be between $5 and $10. It really depends on how the vendor wants to distribute it. But, I think it should be a fun event. You get free stuff, and you get to really, really enjoy yourself. That's Pizza Olympics. Does anyone have any more questions? Yep.
Just curiosity, how are the different vendors selected, and what benefits do students get for going to these different vendors aside from the gift cards?
Well, the vendors are select. We just have a list of local vendors, and we just visit them. The ones that sign aboard, sign aboard. The first 15 to sign up will be given a seat at Pizza Olympics. We go within, I want to say, about a 5 to 6 mile radius, 5 to 7, whatever. You get the idea. That's sort of how we go about determining vendors. Besides getting the gift cards, well, you get free pizza. There is no cover charge or something. I want to make that super clear. There's this conception out there, oh, I have to pay a cover charge to go to Pizza Olympics. No cover charge at all whatsoever. Please tell your friends that. They don't have to pay to come to this event. So you get a bunch of free pizza from different vendors that you get to try, that you get to rate, and you get gift cards. I mean, it's a win-win for students. There's nothing that's, in my opinion, unless you hate pizza, I'm sorry. But, in my opinion, this is a great event. So, any other questions? Follow-up beyond that? Okay. Right. We're also going to be, the winner of Pizza Olympics gets their name on a magnet we're making. And on top of that, during Twing Study Over, during the fall, they'll be the featured pizza vendor. So they'll get a bunch of money thrown at them, I suppose, in order to get pizza for the Twing Study Over. And that's another event that happens on campus later on in the year, nearer to exams. And they also have a lot of food at that event, too. That's a very popular event. Both of these events are really popular, but Pizza Olympics is sort of the event to figure out what that pizza vendor will be for Fall Twing Study Over. Yep. Okay, that too. But, I mean, the vendors see value in just coming and visiting with us and mingling with us, and they also see value in the fact that we're paying them for gift cards. So that's it. I mean, I don't want to take up any more time. Anything else at all whatsoever? Any lingering questions? No? Free pizza? Sign up, please, to help. Love all of you. Here you go. All right.
Thank you, Representative Ranagoswamy. If you do have more questions on Pizza Olympics, feel free to shoot him an email. I'm sure he'd be more than happy to get back to you with any details. With that, we'll move into old business. Are there any nominations for either engineering representative or nursing representative positions? Okay, seeing none, those will remain open. Are there any further nominations for Arts and Sciences representative? Seeing none, we do have 2 candidates here this evening for Arts and Sciences. So, okay. Representative Thompson? Oh. Vice President Vaughn? Okay.
I'd like to nominate someone else.
Okay.
It's listed, Ali Hakim, are you here? You're a second year, correct? Okay. The commuter representative must be a first year, but you can run for an Arts and Sciences representative position if you would like to. So I would like to nominate Ali Hakim for Arts and Sciences.
Do you accept? Okay. Are there any further nominations for Arts and Sciences representative? Yes.
How many positions are
3. Any further nominations? Seeing none, is there a motion? Vice President Vaughn?
Move to close nominations for the College of Arts and Sciences. Second.
Okay, seeing no dissent, we'll now move into the speakers. So, Mr. Mahmood, if you could please approach the podium. And if our other 2 nominees, Mr. Monticello and Mr. Hakim, if you could please step out while Mr. Mahmood presents, that would be great. Thank you. You'll have 2 minutes to present to the assembly and take any questions, so feel free to use the time however you would like. And you are free to begin whenever you are ready.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ali Mahmood. I'm a sophomore here studying bio pre-med. The reason that I want to join USG is because I want to make a difference on this campus and help improve everybody's college experience. I'm involved with a few campus organizations already, like Delta Chi Delta, MECA, and MSA. And I interact with lots of people regularly, so I am frequently in situations where I can hear about issues that people are having around campus. I served as a representative last year, so I'm familiar with how things are run, so if I'm elected, I'd be able to easily transition into my new role. Of all the different committees, I would like to get involved with student life, because that's the one committee where I would be able to share ideas and make everybody's experience at Case better. Any questions?
Any questions for the speaker? Representative Huffman?
Did you run last year?
Oh, yes,
Like you said you were a representative before. Did you run again, or did you decide not to and then change your mind and decide to run now?
I did not know the proper procedures to run again, so I really didn't know about it.
Any further questions? Representative Toomey?
You said that you are interested in student life. So what is one initiative you would bring to that committee to help the students here at Case Western?
One issue that I found while talking with a lot of friends is the LED screens on the Juniper bus stops that show when the greenie comes are very inaccurate. It caused one of my friends to be late to work, and one thing that I see that we can improve the issue is, well, in my experiences with SafeRide, we can track the SafeRide driver online. If we could use that software with the greenie software, I think that would fix the problem.
Any further questions? We have time for one more. Okay, seeing none, thank you very much. If you could please step out while we have the other candidates come in. Larry Monticello. Larry Monticello. You will have 2 minutes to address the assembly and take any questions, so feel free to divide up the time however you'd like, and you begin whenever you are ready.
Hello, my name is Larry Monticello, and I'm running for the representative of the College of Arts and Sciences position. I'm already going to the Academic Affairs Committee meetings as a member of, or as the student liaison of the Academic Integrity Board. And I feel like joining USG will allow me to actually assist in the initiatives that are coming up rather than just sit there and kind of like make notes. I think being in both positions would allow me to do both of those jobs a lot better as well. And also just throwing in that I know what the time commitment is, and I'm ready to meet that. Take any questions.
Any questions for the speaker? Representative Christofferson?
Will becoming a USG representative impede your job as student liaison?
Will it be my impede? It shouldn't. We want to work together. The academic integrity board and the academic affairs committee. We want to build a relationship, and I feel like this will help build that relationship as well.
Other questions? Representative Ranagoswamy?
So, out of curiosity, what's your favorite part of case?
Favorite part of case? I like all of the friends and everybody that I've made here. I prefer being here than going home. So, yeah, people.
Any other questions for the speaker, Vice President Williams?
If elected, so you'll be a member of the College of Arts and Sciences Caucus. What is an issue within the College of Arts and Sciences you're interested in?
I'd like to address the biology labs. I think that they can be run better in a way that more effectively teaches people how to do biology and like learn the scientific method than they currently are.
Time for one more quick question, if there is one. Okay, seeing none, thank you very much, Mr. Monticello. If you could please step out.
Hi, my name is Ali Hakim. I'm a vice president of the Commuter Student Association here at CASE, and I'm a second-year student majoring in biology. So why I'd like this position is pretty simple. I'm a commuter student, and commuter student on campus, which has about like 600 students, don't really have a voice on campus. So I would like to represent those students on campus. I can't be like the commuter student representative, so as a commuter I can still be art and sciences representative, so I can come and give a different view of in the general assemblies and at USG. Also, I come from a very poor country. Like Benin is one of the poorest countries in the world. For those who do not know, like there, $50 is a good monthly payment. Like it's a decently paid job. So having grown up there, I kind of really liked helping out people because it's really enjoy seeing the like how people are so enthralled when they come and like are given help. Like even just like things like giving a bowl of rice or like a $10 gift is something so important, so meaningful for them that like I like enjoy seeing like that what I do makes a difference. And like so what this is why I want to be at USG, because USG is one of the most powerful organizations on campus, and they can make an actual difference on campus. And finally, I want to be on the students' life committee because I want to make life of the commuters more easy. So I want to be on the campus to help that out. If anyone would like to ask a question.
I'll allow for one quick question. Do we have one, Vice President Williams?
Facing community students, what's the most recent example of some time when you don't feel that the community students have had their voices heard?
Like sometimes we have like a special lounge like downstairs wing, and this is really an uncomfortable place. Like students like don't like that all the time because they wanna like they're not living on campus. They don't have a dorm room to go and rest at, so they want a place like to be able to go and relax like all of the other students at case. And like sometimes it feels unfair to not have like this one space where it's comfortable and reliable. And I feel like computer students, like, they don't do much events on campus and don't do like actual publicity for them and to get their situation better. So like this place as USG would be a good way.
Okay, thank you very much. If you could please step out while we have our discussion. And if you could please mute the recording equipment.